Hello, Star FM Bombo Radio. This is your friend, Mary Rivera, pure Filipina Ilongga from Iloilo. Basta Radio, Bombo, Star FM is all for you.
Hello there, Star Nation. My name is Star DJ Gabby, and welcome back to Star FM Exclusive. Today we have a special guest, and I'm so excited to talk to her. This episode goes out especially to Filipino fans who have seen Spider-Man No Way Home in the theaters. If you're a Filipino and you've seen this blockbuster movie, you definitely felt a sense of pride when the Lola of Spider-Man's best friend Ned showed up on screen. We'll be chatting with her all the way from Illinois in the USA. Everyone, let's all welcome Miss Mary Rivera. Hi, hello po.
Hello, magandang gabi po sa lahat. Kasi gabi dito sa Aurora, pero magandang araw sa mga kababayan natin dyan sa buong Pilipinas.
Oh, wow, ayan po. Magandang gabi din po dyan. Good evening po, Ma'am Mary. And alam niyo po, we are so happy to have you on the show. Syempre, I believe this is your first time. First interview niyo po after ng Spider-Man No Way Home, which was released 2 months ago. So happy to be the first to talk to you about your experiences. So, para po sa lahat ng ating mga listeners and viewers right now, si Ma'am Mary, she is originally from Iloilo, but we're gonna be talking more about that later. Okay, first of all, Ma'am Mary, you live in Hawaii but you're actually on vacation ngayon sa Illinois. How are you doing right now po?
Okay lang naman, but you know what, to be honest with you, I really miss the sunny, warm weather in Hawaii. Kasi nga mga lahat, di ba? Kasi manood ka sa mga game show, pag nanalo sila ng Trip to Hawaii, Diyos ko, halos sa abot na yung kanilang jumping to the ceiling kasi everybody loves to come to Hawaii because of the weather. But you know what? Even if we are here, I still appreciate the snow because the snow is also God's creation. All the seasons of the year. So no matter where I am thankful, especially because I am with my oldest daughter.
Aha, that's great to hear po. Ma'am Mary, kailan po kayo pumunta ng Illinois? Kailan din po kayo babalik ng Hawaii?
Dahil ilang buwan na kami dito, umalis kami September. Tapos, so August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months na kami dito.
Okay po. And when po kayo babalik sa Hawaii?
Ay naku, pinapacheck ko pa yung requirements. Alam mo naman, napaka-stricto nila. But Hawaii is my second home. And I so want to be there because we have lots of friends. And also, there's a lot of things that I want to share with them. I know, marami kaming mga kamag-anak, pamilya namin, at saka mga kaibigan that they would like to get together with me and my husband. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay po. Well, anyway, Ma'am Mary, glad to hear na you are doing well, you are healthy, safe always. Ayan. Okay po. So now, Ma'am Mary, I just want to say, I'm a huge fan of Marvel and I recently saw the Spider-Man film dito sa Pilipinas and your scene was indeed a standout. Ayan, especially para po sa aming mga Pilipino. Kasi syempre, I'm not gonna spoil for our audiences sa mga hindi pa nakapanood ng Spider-Man. Of course, syempre, I mean, we don't always get to see or we don't always get to hear the Filipino language sa mga American films. And this one, Spider-Man po ito, which is now one of the highest grossing films of all time. Can you share to us po the story behind the role, the story behind all of this? How were you chosen by Disney and Marvel po?
Alam mo, Gabi, wala akong kaalam-alam dito sa mga technology. Okay? Ginagamit ko lang ang Facebook to connect with family. Anyway, yung aking bunsong anak, sabi niya sa akin, Ma'am, sa nababasa ko sa Facebook, destined to be a star. Sabi ko, tinawagan ko siya, Angie, what do you mean? Sabi niya, ma'am, merong link dito. Ang Disney naghahanap ng Pilipina from the ages of 50 to 90 to star. Nakala ko sa comics, alam mo naman ang Disney. Sabi ko sa kanya, paano naman ako dyan? Kasi ikakasal itong aking apo na nandito ngayon. She's a flight attendant with Aloha Airlines, si Dallas. So ang isip ko, para kay Dallas. Kaya sabi niya, ma'am, that's okay, magpa-audition ka. Okay. So I prepared a script. And then one of my grandchildren's husband, who's not really a professional in the industry, but is a good videographer, kinuna niya ako ng picture. Kasi sabi ng anak ko, ma'am, you know what, even if you think you're not gonna get the role, just go ahead and get it because I know you. I don't want you to regret this. Plus, it's still good for your resume that you audition for this. So not knowing anything about who is Spider-Man or what the movie is about, I went and had an interview. And then, Gabi, kung gusto mo later, after our interview, padalan ka ni Angela, ni Carmela, nung aking panganay na anak, ng ng video ng aking pag-introduce ko sa sarili ko. But okay, when I was preparing the script, I prayed about it na sabi ko, Lord, I don't want this attention sa sarili ko. Gusto ko ang attention sa mga apo ko talaga because I am Lola. And the only portion of my introduction when I said something about me was when I gave them a little idea about who I am, where I came from. But basically, I emphasized with them na ang gusto ko sa buhay ko, ang mga apo ko ay magkaroon ng pride. And I even quoted this famous line from the Grapes of Wrath. How will you know where you came from unless you know? How will you know where you're going unless you know where you came from? So in-apply ko yan sa pamilya ko. Paano malalaman ng mga anak ko, ng mga apo ko, kung sino sila, kung hindi nila alam kung sila nanggaling. That's why over the years, if you talk to my children, if you talk to Angela, they will tell you, I always emphasize yung background nila or humble beginnings. Asawa ko is a country mouse. He grew up in Calamba, Laguna. And I'm a city girl. I grew up in Iloilo City. But by God's grace, alam mo, pinagsama kaming dalawa at nagkasundo naman. But anyway, I auditioned for the part. And then, so when I sent it, sabi ng apo ko, Ma'am, no, nanay, because they call me nanay. Sa kasi, sa Iloilo kasi Lola is nanay, di ba? At saka sa Ilocos region. Sabi niya, nanay, they like the interview. Sabi ko, oh God, sa isip ko ganun. Tapos, mga 4 days later, dumating yung second script. Meron ng dialogue. Tapos may instruction how to get it, how to shoot your video. Sabi ng daughter-in-law ko, oh, sabi niya, nanay, this is the second one. Now there is a dialogue. So sana gamitin ko yung apo ko na 12-year-old. Pero medyo ang pagkasabi niya parang kulang ba sa kulang sa emotion, kulang sa emphasis. Kaya sabi ng boyfriend ng apo ko, sabi niya, nanay, I will be your apo in the video. So ganon, tapos kinunan kami ng picture. Alam mo, that was the longest, I think, 3 hours because I screwed up on the same part. But alam mo, perfectionist ang mga kasama ko, di ba? So when it finally went, this was like about 4 days before the deadline. So sabi ko, bahala na, basta ando na, bahala na kayo. And then, after the deadline, I got a phone call from the casting director in Hawaii. Okay, I never met her. Tapos sabi niya, hindi pa niya ako makontak, so tinawagan yung aking daughter-in-law who works for a well-known restaurant. She's the office manager. Sabi niya, I want to get a hold of your mother-in-law. So, ang ginawa ni Lay na daughter-in-law ko, tinawagan yung anak niya because I wasn't answering my phone. So then, I called her on my phone. Tapos sabi niya, nanay, this person really wants to talk with you. Hang up and call her. So I did that. So when I was with her on the phone, she said, Mary, this is Katie Doyle. You can celebrate. Then I'm thinking, celebrate what? Sabi niya, you know what? You, Disney and Marvel have chosen you. Wow! Naisip ko. Tapos sabi niya sa sister-in-law ko, alam mo, impressed na impressed sila sa mother-in-law mo kasi ano siya, I'm supposed to portray the role of Lola na mabait, pero medyo stricto, is a stickler for cleanliness. You know how we are in the Philippines, no matter whether you are poor, middle class, or in the high echelon, di ba? So then, yun. Okay, tapos sabi niya, but please, sabi niya, don't celebrate yet until you call these people in Hollywood. These are the two assistants who will inform you of your status, okay? So tumawag ako the following day. So I spoke with the two assistants of the producer and then assistant ng director. And they told me, Mary, of the thousands of Filipinas who auditioned for this part, you were the choice of the director and the producer. So, and just to let you know, you will be in the film. Oh, my jaw dropped. Alam mo, Gabi, ala ko, ako mag-voicing sa cartoon. Kasi karamihan sa Disney cartoon, di ba ganon? Pinapractice na ako ng panganay kong anak. Sabi niya, ma'am, this is what you will do. There will be an artist who will do like your picture and then you will speak. Sabi ko, kaya ko naman yan. O Diyos ko, this is not really my voice. Medyo paus ako ngayon, but that's all right. Everybody still recognizes my voice. So di gano'n na. So when they told me, sabi ko, so then everybody was jumping. Oh, Nana, you will be in the film. Sabi ko, yes. Tapos sabi ko, oh Lord, what have I done for me to deserve this? And then when they told me, you know, Mary, you're only one of thousands of Filipinas who audition in places in America where there's a lot of Filipinas like San Diego, LA, and then Hawaii. And actually, I found out that there were actresses in the Philippines who auditioned for this part. And one of them was like a contemporary whose movie I watched. If you're a Filipina who is worth, I think who is your worth in watching Filipino movies, you should know these people. Pero hindi na lang natin sabihin ang pangalan nila. I just say that my main motivation, Gabi, to audition for this was, oh my God, Lord, finally a Filipina. So if I can at least contribute something to bring some pride to the Philippines, oh, I want to do it, but please just guide me so that I can do justice to the role. And by God's grace, I know that it's only by the grace of God, Gabi, na napapunta sa akin yung role na yun. Not even in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would be part of a Disney or Marvel movie. So they sent me a note after I spoke with these people in Hollywood, telling me that a private plane would be there to pick me up with my chaperone, which was my granddaughter, kasi magaling siya sa sa technology. And then there was a chauffeured limousine that picked us up to the house, from the house to the airport. And when we went to the airport, there is this guy holding the sign, Mary Rivera. So I checked in, and then we were ushered into the plane. In my life, Gabi, maski pabalik-balik kami, Amerika, Pilipinas, I always rode economy. The first time in my life, I rode first class, where you can order the wine you like, which I'm not a drinker. But we were treated, like VIPs. Pagdating namin sa Atlanta, there was another guy, a chauffeured limo that picked us up and then drove us to this hotel, which is listed on the National Historic Register. And then they took us to my suite, and my granddaughter had her own suite. And in that suite, we had a receiving room, and then I had a well-stocked kitchen. Wow. So I go to my room and it's a king size bed, and then there are two full closets, and my bathroom was huge. So I'm saying, oh Lord, am I dreaming? I almost couldn't believe this. But anyway, so before I went to bed that night, I was almost in tears. I was thanking the Lord. And the following day, a bus came to pick us up for a 40-minute drive to this place, which I cannot take pictures because I'm not allowed. Okay? But they have like 5 warehouses, which our driver explained to us there's like filming happening there. So maybe one of those films was Loki, a Marvel film. So anyway, I went and they welcomed me into this big place, in a big kitchen, which was supposed to be my kitchen. So all the cooking paraphernalia were there, kung paano ko mag-bake, paano ko magluto. And then on the dining table sat Jacob Batalon, who is Ned. And Jacob, by the way, is a local boy from
Yes po.
Hawaii. And
Yes
then
po.
there's Zendaya, who played the role of MJ. So dalawa sila nakaganon, tapos parang umiiyak. Kasi alam mo na ang story ni Spider-Man.
Yes po.
Hinahanap siya, di ba? Don't spoil it. Don't spoil the movie. Okay. I was overwhelmed. Because I was never a part of a movie. I mean, when I was in college, I was in a few presentations like what? The Sound of Music, um, the movie with Maria. What was that?
Sound of Music, right?
No, not that. The other one with Natalie Wood.
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
West Side Story, sweetheart.
Yes po.
Because when I was in school, part of what I'm really thankful for is I was with the Kawilian dance troupe, which is like the local version of Bayanihan. And so part of my tuition was taken care of. Yeah, that was a great memory for me because I did one solo number and then dance with the rest, all the way from tribal dances to mga Spanish jotas, things like that.
Yes po.
But anyway, my children grew up in Honolulu, but I raised them with the traditions of the Philippines. That is why in my audition, I talked about our tradition, yung nagmamano ba? Na even motion, mano po is a revered tradition. Okay.
Yes
But
po.
anyway.
Yes. Ma'am Mary, we are so happy for you po. No? Thank you for sharing about how you got the role. And it's really unexpected po. Parang sabi niyo nga parang you were treated like VIPs and syempre this is a Marvel film na po talaga nakaka-believe. And we are so happy for you po. Congratulations po. So you mentioned po kanina syempre about Jacob Batalon and Zendaya. Kamusta po yung how was it like working on set? Paano din po kayo nag-prepare dun sa role?
All I can say is I did not meet everybody that was in that movie. But having worked with these people that I work with, I have nothing but admiration for them because they were all very well disciplined. And it is a dream having worked with them and being a part of this movie. Yeah.
Yes po. And po, Ma'am Mary, that scene po kasi, it's a very important scene po. And then they included the Lola of Ned, di ba? It's very important po kasi parang there were two characters who were, it's like much awaited po kasi. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Pero yeah, I'm sure po, sobrang during that time po kasi sa cinema, talagang people were cheering. And then you were there din po, di ba? During that scene. That was an important scene. Ma'am Mary, syempre, the kind of Filipino representation that was shown in this film doesn't happen often. And to think na Marvel film ito and so many people were able to watch it, how proud are you po that you were able to show some Filipino representation?
Swelling in my heart, lalo pa nung sinabi ng director na magsalita ako in Filipino. pag ako'y nagagalit. So, syempre, pinalabas ko talaga. Sabi ko, oh, kayo, ba't kayo nag-alog kakalat dito? So, that's when I started scolding in Filipino. Nung una kong sinabi, parang medyo mahina pa ang pagkagalit ko. Kaya sabi ng director, dapat Mary, medyo ano pa with force. So, pinuntahan ako ng aking apo. Sabi niya, Nanay, you know what you should do? When you scold Spider-Man, you scold him like you are scolding Dad. And so yun, ginawa ko, take one. Anyway.
Yes po. Nakakatuwa po ano. And alam niyo po, I think almost all Filipinos when they watch this scene, nagulat talaga. Parang may ano, parang there was a Lola who was speaking in Filipino and even parang there was interaction within the cast. So nakakatuwa po. Thank you so much for being part of that movie po. Now, syempre po this is a huge and a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is a Spider-Man film. You became part of it. Your family must be so proud of you po. I think I saw photos of your whole family watching together eh. So can you tell us po about the support? Ano pong naging reaction nila? Their support po sa inyo hanggang ngayon. I'm sure they're still celebrating this milestone.
Ay naku, Gabi. I don't know if I can say in a few words, the pride that swells in my heart, because I had a lot of posts from people I don't know who they are, but they just post and they say, oh, thank you for bringing pride to the Philippines. And then some of them will say, you were so hilarious, or you were quite a character, or they say awesome, or they say wonderful, and all these adjectives. And I'm like, who are these people? And then I had a doctor friend of mine from Alex Place in Calamba, Laguna, and he is the head of our hospital there. And I know him personally. So he said, oh, Mary, congratulations. Tapos sabi niya, so how is our movie star? So I said, sino yun? Anyway. But
yes,
I honestly, Gabi, in my heart, I do not consider myself a celebrity. I am just one of these people that God blessed, to be a part of this movie. And then, because I know that I'm in a position of influence, I prayed about it. Lord, where do I go from here? I want to use my role in this movie as my advocacy, because as you know, we are missionaries to the Ati tribes mission in Iloilo. They are an indigenous tribe that used to be in the mountain, but a lot of them now are assimilated, in the plains, right? But I'm sure that I will be able to use this, and talk to other supporters of this program. We go there to share the gospel, with my husband. In our later years, that's really what we want to do. Yeah. There is a verse, Gabi, if it's all right for you.
Yes, pa.
For me to share it. Sabi niya, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's in Philippians 4:13. And also, if I can share with you my favorite verse, it's on Jeremiah 11, 17:11. And I will personalize it, for I know the plans I have for you, Mary. Plans not to harm you, but plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will seek me and find me with all your heart. And Gabi, because I'm still dealing with my illness, I was hospitalized for almost half a month. And I know that this is a time of stillness for me, and a time for me to just really lean on the Lord. Yeah, because without Him, I am nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yes po, that's true po. Thank you so much for that inspiring inspiring lines from you. And syempre po, you are truly blessed po. We believe that you deserve this huge blessing because you have faith in God, of course. And that's so important po talaga. Maraming salamat po for that inspiration. Ma'am Mary, matanong ko lang po, since you're from Iloilo, when was the last time you visited the Philippines?
The last time I was there before COVID, before pandemic, February.
Okay
Because
po.
when pandemic was declared, my husband and I were in Calamba. So we were supposed to fly on Korean Airlines back to Honolulu. So we were stranded there. You know, see, we were there from October, di ba? You know, from October, ano to gali, ano to nga month nagbalik? Anyway, we
Yes.
came to Honolulu several months later, you know.
Okay po. And then,
We're compliant, okay?
yes
Alam
po.
mo na tayo mga Pilipino, you know what? We're very compliant, di ba?
Yes
Mm-mm.
po. That's right po. Tanong ko lang po because I think we talked about this earlier. I believe you also work sa radio industry po dito sa Philippines, right?
Correct. Sa Canlaon Broadcasting System, which is now defunct, which used to be owned by Nonoy Benedicto. I became the general manager of Canlaon Broadcasting System, DYHF. Yeah.
Ayan, yes po.
Which was a wonderful experience. I was teaching school before that. But when the station opened, I auditioned. So at the time that I was working at KBS, I understand I was the only female radio station manager and the youngest. Yeah.
Okay po. Thank you for sharing about that po. So, yeah, at least po ngayon, syempre you are in Illinois na. Of course, you live in Hawaii. Pero yeah, and then this opportunity came po, di ba? So, and you mentioned a while ago din po na parang when you were younger, you became part of, is that right? Theater plays po. Was it like a dream po to act?
Ay, naku. Sabi nga ng ang asawa ko at mga anak ko, pag ini-interview yung mga kapatid ko, ang sabi nila, ay, hindi kami nagtataka kung lumabas si Mary kasi maliit pa yan, artista na yan. I don't know. They said I used to sing, I used to dance, I used to make up my own stories, and I remember helping my mother. My mother was a merchant at La Paz Public Market, La Paz famous for bok choy. I remember gathering all the kids. Maybe I was only 10 years old or so, and I would train them, and we would do dances, we would sing, and then we would do some skits. And how did we get paid? We approached all the merchants at La Paz Public Market and the vendors that were selling the fabrics. They donated some fabrics. And tapos, Gabi, alam mo, hindi namin problema ang kumain. Kasi madaming mga merchants, sabihin lang namin pagka-lunch. O sige, upo na kayo. Anong gusto niyo kainin? Yeah. It was, I will say, an innocent time. You know, we're young people. We're just, alam mo, nakikinig sa mga parents. And one of the things that I was very sad about, or I am sad about, is ang mga young people natin ngayon. Kung minsan, kanya-kanyang lakad, kanya-kanyang takbo, parang they don't have time for one another. So part of my advocacy, Gabi, is I want to talk to the Filipinos. Kasi alam mo, ang mga Pinoy sa Amerika, out of necessity, they have to work one job, two jobs. Diba? Kasi mataas ang standard of living dito. So what they do is, I cannot blame them. They would take their parents to a care home. That is why I would say 90% of the care home operators in all of America are Filipinas. Alam mo naman sila? We have an amazing reputation as doctors, as nurses, and as caregivers. So I'm going to challenge these young people. It's okay. You take them to the care home, but please spend some time with them. You make time. Maybe once a week, you go there, maybe for a couple of hours. You hold their hands. You listen to their stories. You let them cry to you. You let them repeat themselves over and over again. Kasi over the years, alam mo, Gabi, yan natutunan ko. Pag nakikinig ka sa matatanda, marami ka talagang malalaman.
Yes po.
Mm-mm.
That's right po. Naku, thank you po. And tama po kayo. I'm listening to you right now po and ang dami kong natututunan. I'm very inspired right now. Actually, when you were talking about po yung ano kanina, yung kung paano kayo nakarating sa studios when they called you and then you were the limousine and then dun sa you felt like you were being treated as VIPs. Parang I was kind of tearing up a bit. Medyo nakakaano po, nakaka-touch ba? Ayan, so kasi po
Oo.
very inspiring po kasi parang it doesn't happen to everyone, and
Correct.
then it's like it's such a once in a lifetime opportunity po, so nakakatuwa po, and you are an inspiration sa aming lahat po. So Ma'am Mary,
Thank you.
we hope you can visit the Philippines again soon, especially once the pandemic is over. Ma'am Mary, if you were invited again to shoot a scene as Ned's Lola, will you go ahead and say yes?
Of course naman. Of course naman. To give further justice to my role as a Filipina. At saka Gabi, alam mo, nakapunta na ako dyan sa summer capital of the Philippines, Baguio, 3 years ago. We stayed at Camp John Hay Hotel,
Ay,
which is
wow.
wonderful, and I went to the different places. Bumili ako ng mga wooden products. And the best part was going to the market, and then nakabili kami purong mga sariwang gulay at mga prutas, So you are one fortunate Filipina na naka-assign ka dyan sa Baguio. Oo.
Yes
One
po,
of the
opo.
places my husband and I want to visit is really Baguio. It holds a special place in my heart.
Ay, that's great to hear po. Hope to see you soon po sa Baguio, ma'am. Ayun po. Okay po, now, Ma'am Mary, a lot of people are probably so inspired hearing your story right now sa mga listeners and viewers natin. I myself inspired po ngayon. Do you have any advice or siguro words of wisdom that you would love to share to our listeners from this whole experience?
Of course. Alam mo, ang asawa ko, he's an elder but he's also a pastor. He always ends his story with 3 words. Life is short. Don't you agree? Nobody is promised to live forever. Death is sure. Correct? Sin the curse and Christ the cure. So ang advice niya, aspire to inspire before you expire. Diba? May pagkakataon ka to do something to inspire other people. Let's do it. Because hindi natin hawak ang kapalaran natin. Hawak yan ng Panginoon. So whatever opportunities we have, we need to make use of that, to make a difference in the lives of others, di ba? Yun ang masasabi ko. Lalo pa tayo mga Pilipina, we were given this feeling ng Panginoon na we are compassionate, matulungin tayo, We're not simply sympathetic, but we are empathetic, di ba? Yun ang importante. Kasi, sabi ng favorite na writer ko, si Michael Josephson, sabi niya, someday, all these too shall end. Ang kulay ng katawan mo, di ba? Your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions, all the awards you won, these are all nothing. So how will the value of a man be measured? Remember, it's not what he got, but what he gave. It's not what he bought, but what he built. It's not his confidence, but his character. It's not his success, but his significance. You see, it no longer matters kung gaano karami ang mga bantog, importante mga taong kilala mo, but the number of people who will miss you when you are gone. So living a life that matters is not a matter of coincidence. It is a matter of choice. So ang tanong lang lagi, ang tanong natin sa bawat Pilipino, may halaga na ba ang buhay mo? Think about your family, your friends, and the people you care about.
Wow.
That's
Ayun
my
po.
message, Gabi.
Yes po. Very inspiring po yung message niyo, ma'am. And I'm sure talagang very inspired ang mga listeners natin ngayon. Thank you so much po for that wonderful message, Ma'am Mary. Finally po, do you have would you like to who would you like to thank po? And can you give a message to your kababayans watching and listening right now?
Alam mo, Gabi, when my eldest daughter got married, I sang this song for her, which is my tribute, and it goes like this. How can I say thanks for the things you have done for me? Things so undeserved, yet you gave to prove your love for me. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I give it all to you. To God be the glory, to God be the glory for all the things He has done. And then whatever tribute will come to me, I will just give it to Him. And that really is a song that applies to my life. Kasi hindi ko alam bakit at this time, Gabi, na dapat excited ako. Kasi naging bahagi ako ng isang pelikula. Pero ako naman ay nagkasakit. So this is a time really that the Lord humbles me. Di ba? Okay yan na nagkaroon ka ng tribute galing sa maraming tao. But remember, hindi sa iyo yan, para sa akin yon, sabi niya. So Lord, I give all of this to you. Even yung pagtawag mo kay Angela na para interviewin niyo ako, sabi ko, oh, cute naman. First time akong i-interviewin. And I was so thankful to the Lord for that, Gabi. Thank you so much.
Yes po. Nako, thank you so much din po. Beautiful message po. Any shoutout po sa mga taga Iloilo or sa mga Pilipino?
Noy, ang ako na ang mga kasimanwa, mamati, igig ka mo sa bumbo radio ha. Kay balaan mo, ila na da pala patukat ron. Pero tawgon kong mangod ko, na nag-istar sa haro, kung saan o dira ipatukar. Kagdamo man ko kilala sa Bacolod. Ang balon ko man sila, kag may mga parente ko sa Sambuanga, ay mamati, gid bala sila, Gabi. Okay? Bombo is a very popular radio station. And you have some very good newscasters. Marami kayong mga how shall I say this? Not just newscasters, but people that talk about current events, and they're very learned because I can tell when they speak that they know what they are talking about. And I'm so glad. And then, pag nasa Iloilo ako, Gabi, I will try to visit Bombo Radio.
Ay, wow. Yes po, try to visit po, syempre, taga saan po pala kayo sa Iloilo, ma'am? Haro or...
Nagdako ako sa La Paz, sa Mabini, La Paz. Galing kay isang nag-retire na kami, nga ang mga utod ko may pangabuhi na nga ila, ang tatay ko, nagsaylo na sa Haro. Nagpatindo siya sang balay dira sa Villa Las Palmas. That's our ancestral home. Ang akon nga utod nga kamanguran, amo nag-i-start dira. But I come from a big family. 11 children, tapos 3 nang wala dire, so 8 na lang kami. But may magulang ako, kamagulangan nga, well, she never married. She took care of my parents, kag ako ng mga hinablos, kin pa eskwela niya. So now, nga medyo retired na siya, it was, I think the responsibility fell on me. Nga ang akon nga bana, sini niya plangga, hindi ta pwede pabayaan si Nini. Hindi kami bilang niya, amo ang nagtatap sa iya, ginbutang namon siya sa care home for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after 2 years, ginkuha naman namon siya, ginbutang sa mangod ko nga isa kay Bao. Kamahal man, Gabi. By Philippine standards, kuha na siya 36 to 37,000 pesos a month.
Mm-hmm.
Pero sa amon din mga $700 to $800. That's okay. God provided. Kaya ang mangod ko, willing man siya nga tatapon ang magulang namon. Pag may hinablos man ako, nga may ara na siya nga CNA, nga nga designation. So siya subong nga nagatatap sa amon nga magulang. So blessing na tanan. Every day, Gabi, mag-wake up. Ako kasi linggid ako nga, Lord, thank you agin tagaan mo pag kuya kabuhi kay dapat yang saging butang ako ya sa ospital. Kung wala ako agin tatap sa bana, kung napatay na bala ako gabi. But I know without a doubt nga hindi pa tapos ang Ginoo sa amon. May dapat pagi kami ubrahon. Yeah.
Yes po. Ayan po.
And
Anyway,
as long as we have breath.
yes po. Anyway po, Ma'am Mary, thank you so much po ha. And we hope po you stay safe and healthy. Thank you so much po for joining us on the show. That was indeed an incredible moment po to share your story to our kababayan. So, stay safe and healthy po. Stay happy with your family po. Maraming salamat po.
Gabi, thank you so much at sa iyo din. More power to Bombo the Radio.